Warriors NRL Fanatics, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and this is going to be my NRL Round 7 tips. Now, we all know how massive of a round this is. It's a very, very special occasion on the calendar, and it is Anzac Day round. Now, we get to remember those soldiers that fought for our country, Australia, and for those that fought for New Zealand, those that went to war. And it's very important because those soldiers, you know, they went to battle for us, and we get to honour those soldiers, not just on the Anzac Day next Monday with the two traditional games with the Roosters and the Dragons and the Warriors and the Storm, but we get to honour them throughout the round of footy as well, you know, with the last post, the minute silence, and the ode as well. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It's always massive, Anzac Day, and it is such a very important day on the calendar in the NRL. So, yeah, let's get into it now. So, the tips for round 7. Thursday, the 21st of April, it sees the Cronulla Sharks versus the Manly Seagulls. And this is at PointsBet Stadium in Sydney, and it kicks off at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. in New Zealand. Now, the betting prices for this one: Cronulla Sharks are $1.45, Manly Warringah Seagulls are $2.75. In terms of team changes, Cronulla Sharks, Dale Finucane will miss this game after suffering a head knock and failing his HIA against the Melbourne Storm, while Braden Hamuuele is also out due to a pectoral injury, and Cameron McInnes will start at lock with Aidan Tolman coming into the starting side, while Royce Hunt joins the bench. Sione Katoa does return from a knee injury on the wing in place of Mawari Horodi, and he's back to the reserves, while Britton Niokore is also named to return. For the Manly Seagulls, Morgan Harper is returning to the centre spot after COVID-19 enforced layoff, and Tolo Kolo goes to the reserves, while Josh Aloiai is out due to a shoulder injury and is in place taken by Taniela Paseka, who moves from the bench to the starting side. And Sean Kepi is also out due to a head knock, and Ethan Bollymore joins Ethan Deloise and prop Martin Tapau is sidelined due to COVID. Now, this game is very hard to tip. It's very hard to call. Now, both teams coming off different results, but the Sharks, you know, they put in a great effort against the Melbourne Storm up there in Melbourne last week, even though the scoreline suggested they got blown off the park. And, yeah, the Manly Seagulls had a good win over the Gold Coast Titans. So, look, if this was played at Manly's home ground there at Four Pines Park, I probably would have gone the Seagulls here, but because it's the Cronulla Sharks home game up there at PointsBet, I'm going to go with the Sharks here at home to bounce back and get the victory. And I'll go with the Sharks to win by 8. I think it'll be a very close game. And anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Sione Katoa, Ronaldo Mulatalo, Ruben Garrick, and I'm going to go with Nicholas Hines to score. On to Friday, the 22nd of April. There's only one game on Friday due to it being a Anzac Day round. It is the Brisbane Broncos versus the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, and this is at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So, kicks off at 7:55 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 9:55 p.m. for news in New Zealand. Now, in terms of betting prices, Brisbane Broncos are paying $1.55. Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs are paying $2.45. Team changes for the Brisbane Broncos. Tessie New has been ruled out. Tamari Martin will play his first NRL game since 2020. Great to see Tamari Martin back playing NRL footy again. Herbie Farnworth is back from a leg injury and he's in the centres. And Tyson Gamble is the 5'8", with Billy Waters going to the bench. Payne Haas also returns as well from his one-game ban at prop, while Keenan Palacia moves to the bench and Corey Pace is the hooker, while Jake Turpin is out. Thomas Flegler also gets a spot on the bench, and he returns from suspension, and Ron James also drops out. For the Bulldogs, Braden Burns is out due to a hamstring injury, and Chris Patoa is also sidelined due to a head knock. And that means Aaron Shoup comes into the centres and Corey Waddell is in the pack. Look, this one I found very difficult to pick, even though this is a Brisbane game and they are at home. But, you know, I'm going to go here with Brisbane Broncos here by 14 points. You know, the Bulldogs could cause an upset here, but look, I'm going to stick with Brisbane, even though, you know, they haven't been at their best. But, yeah, look, in terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Katoni Staggs, Corey Oates, and I'm going to throw in a roughie of Kobe Hetherington to score. On to Saturday, the 23rd of April, it sees the North Queensland Cowboys versus the Gold Coast Titans at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville. Kicks off 5:30 p.m. and 7:30 for those in New Zealand. Look, in terms of betting prices, North Queensland Cowboys $1.85. Gold Coast Titans $1.95. Team changes for the North Queensland Cowboys. Griffin Neame returns from concussion, and Jordan McLean starts with Ruben Cotter coming back to the bench, and Connell Lemu drops out, while Habaso Tebai Fidel is named in the reserves. Look, this game could really go either way. I think this could either be a close game or someone blows someone off the paddock here. But look, I'm going to go with the Cowboys to win at home with the home ground advantage. I'm going to go Cowboys by 12. Now, anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Murray Talangi, Tom Dearden, and Jeremiah Nanai. On to the second game now on Saturday. It sees the West Tigers versus South Sydney Rabbitohs. And this is at Commonwealth Bank Stadium in Sydney. It kicks off at 7:35 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, which will be 9:35 p.m. for those in New Zealand. Now, betting prices, West Tigers are paying $4. South Sydney Rabbitohs $1.25. Team changes for the West Tigers. Look, Jake Simpkins has been named despite suffering an ankle injury last week. And Jacob Little is named in the reserves. And Jock Madden's been named as another dummy half option. Now, for the Rabbitohs, David Mawali has been recalled to the bench, with Isaac Tuss going back to the reserves. And Hame Sele has been named to start prop with Tom Burgess on the bench. Look, I would not have said this weeks ago, and, you know, although, you know, the West Tigers, you know, they've been struggling lately, you know, I would not have said that they were going to be a chance in this game this week. Look, I think they're a massive chance, actually. I think I'll give them a real good chance to win this game, but, you know, they're coming off a confidence-boosting win over the Parramatta Eels, which was a huge surprise for me. I did not give them hardly any hope whatsoever. You know, Jackson Hastings and Luke Brooks, great combination last week against the Parramatta Eels. They played very well. So, look, you know, I really want to tip an upset here. I really do. I really want to back an upset. But I'm going to stick with the Rabbitohs here to win. Now, the big question is, can the West Tigers back up their performance this week? Because, you know, we know with the West Tigers that once they get a win, they don't usually back it up the following week. So, that's my big question for the West Tigers. Can they back it up against the Rabbitohs? But, look, I'm going to go Rabbitohs. I'm going to pick a close score here. I'm going to pick the Rabbitohs margin by just 6 points. And anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Dane Laurie, Ken Mamalo, and Alex Johnston to cross over. On to Sunday, the 24th of April, says Newcastle Knights vs Parramatta Eels. And this is at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. It kicks off at 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, so 4 p.m. for those in New Zealand. Now, the betting prices here, Newcastle Knights are $3.10. Parramatta Eels $1.37. Team changes here for the Knights. So Adam Clune has been named to return in the halves after he was withdrawn late last week due to a knee injury, while Phoenix Crossland shifts back to the bench and Semi Saga is back to 18th man. And yeah, look, Daniel Saifiti has also been named to start, but there could be a swap there with Jacob Saifiti this week. Now, in terms of Parramatta Eels, Junior Paulo makes a return after missing the Easter Monday clash, and he is shifting Oregon Kafusi to the bench there. Marata Niokore is out due to leg tightness, and Will Palestini is in the centres with Hayes Perham coming onto the wing, and Regal Campbell-Gillard has been named despite picking up an ankle injury on Monday, while Mitch Rain has been named in the reserves, and Jacob Arthur comes off the bench. Look, I'm going to tip Parramatta Eels here. I know the Knights are at home, but, you know, the Knights have sort of fallen in a hole lately in terms of their form. And, look, I expect Parramatta to bounce back after that defeat last Monday. So, yeah, I'll go with the Eels here to win by 16 points. I know it sounds like a big margin here, but, look, I think the Eels will be hungry, and I think they'll get the result here. So, in terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Will Palestini, Reid Marnie to score, and I'll go with Kalen Ponga for the Knights and Dane Gagai to cross over. On to the second game on Sunday. It's Penrith Panthers versus Canberra Raiders at Bluebet Stadium, Penrith. It kicks off at 4:05 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 6:05 p.m. New Zealand Time. Betting prices here: Penrith Panthers $1.12 and Canberra Raiders $7. Wow, gosh. Massive outsiders there. Now, in terms of team changes here for the Canberra Raiders, so Jordan Rapana is replacing fullback Chance Nickel Clockstar, and he is moving to the bench. Xavier Savage is coming onto the wing, and Harry Rushton is set for an NRL debut, and he's been included on the bench with Hamre Gula joining Jared Croker in the reserves, and Hudson Young is 18th man with Sebastian Christ out of the 24 squad this week. Look, I'm going to get this short. It's straight and simple. Penrith Panthers are going to win this rather comfortably. They're going to win it well. I don't see the Canberra Raiders have any hope in hell of winning this game. And I'm going to go Penrith Panthers by 20 plus points. They're going to win this rather well. Now, in terms of anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Charlie Staines, Isaac Tago, and I'm going to go with Viliami Kikau to cross over. On to Anzac Day now, Monday the 25th of April, the traditional Anzac Day clash. It is St George Illawarra Dragons versus the Sydney Roosters at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and this kicks off at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in New Zealand. Now, the betting prices here: St George Illawarra Dragons are $4, Sydney Roosters are $1.25. In terms of team changes here for the Sydney Roosters, Paul Momorowski replaces Kevin Nagama in the backline, and Sio Sia Tokiaho replaces Daniel Saluka Fafita on the bench, while Sam Verrills has been named to start, but could be benched for Drew Hutchison. Look, this is such a very big game. We know how big of an occasion it is, and usually with these two teams, we usually get a close matchup on Anzac Day, and the Dragons in the past have really turned up and caused the Roosters quite a few issues, and they have been able to get a victory over the Roosters on Anzac Day as well in the past. But in saying that, look, I'm going to tip the Sydney Roosters here. I trust their team a lot more than the Dragons currently at the moment. Although the Dragons got a win last week, they came up against the Newcastle side, to be honest, that weren't in great form. So, if you look at the Roosters lineup, they've got a very strong side. So, I'm going to go with the Roosters here. Now, anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Daniel Tupou, Sam Walker, and I'm going to go with Saliti Tupanua to cross over and score as well. So, Roosters for me by 10. So, yeah, look, if you guys want to see my Melbourne Storm versus New Zealand Warriors predictions, I will be doing a separate preview video for that one, so make sure you tune in for that. But, yeah, look, that wraps up my NRL Round 7 tips. Let me know your tips and who you're picking for the games this week down in the comment section below, because I want to hear your thoughts. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, if you're a new viewer and you haven't already done so, I'd appreciate it if you do click that red subscribe button down below, because it helps out the channel and I would appreciate it very much as well. And yeah, look, it doesn't cost a thing also. And also don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss a notification when I go live on the channel next, or when I upload a new video. And also don't forget to click the like button on the video, click the thumbs up, guys, because that will show that you appreciate this video as well. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.